Goeienaand. Good evening, fellow South Africans. And we all know what a whakamani Eskom is looking like right now. And it's no surprise, seeing that that's the name of the CEO there. But it is getting quite desperate. And there's a video that's been released by Suidalnders where they talk about the impact of a complete blackout if Eskom goes down, and it's not pretty. I'm going to attach Suidalnders' video to this video. Please be aware that this is a hugely concerning issue, and it could well, if Eskom goes down, it could be the trigger for the ANC government to declare a state of emergency, because the impact of a blackout across South Africa would be absolutely devastating. And maybe that's what they want. We just don't know at this stage. All right, guys, please remember to subscribe to be kept informed, and have a good evening. Bye for now.
Good day, everybody. How are you? We hope that you're well. Today, I'm instructed by Mr. Miller to talk to you about the true severity of the Eskom threat. We've addressed this many times. We've alluded to it. We've mentioned it in passing. We've never gone into great detail, certainly not for quite a while. In fact, I approached Mr. Miller with a request after holding a conversation with one of our supporters, not a member, but a very good supporter of Suidalnders, who told me that he'd had a chat with family members about things in the country, and he was astonished by how little they knew of what was obvious. And Mr. Miller gave me permission to speak about this pretty obvious stuff. Let me begin this way. 3 weeks ago, when we had rolling blackouts, we were told that Eskom was falling short by 4,000 megawatts of the peak demand of 27,000 megawatts. 27,000 minus 4,000 leaves 23,000. That's what they were able to generate. Now, if you go onto the Eskom website, if you download a certain Eskom PDF that I did, and Wikipedia, you will get 3 slightly different answers on the generational capacity of Eskom in South Africa. If you give Eskom the greatest benefit of the doubt, in other words, if you opt for the lowest amount of generational capacity, it means that when they could only deliver 23,000 megawatts, 48.888 recurring percent of South Africa's electricity generation capacity was unavailable. 49% practically. Can you imagine this? If you don't give them the benefit of the doubt, and you work on the highest figures, it means that 53.333, again a recurring number, 53.333% of South Africa's generational capacity was not available. This is a massive thing, ladies and gentlemen. If the electricity system in South Africa fails, which it could do, I won't go into the details now, but this is not a remote threat. It is a clear and present danger. We have consulted with 3 of the top people in this field. When I say top, I don't mean 3 in the top 100, 3 in the top 4. And what they've told us is nothing short of terrifying. They have explained to us that if the system goes down and they have to do what they call a black start, of the 14 potential instruments that can be used for the black start, only 3, for various reasons, can actually be used, of which only 2 are available, and neither of those 2 are always available. They're the pumped storage schemes that you may be aware of. Guys, they've also explained to us how if the system goes down for 1 hour, it will take 6 hours to get it going again. If these black start instruments, as it were, are available to re-excite the rest of the grid. If it goes down for 2 hours, it will take 2 days. So they have minutes to play with. If it's down for longer, let's say 12 hours, we're looking at months. And in fact, they described a scenario to us, a plausible scenario, not a worst case dramatic type of scenario, a plausible scenario in which it would take 2 years to get the system going again. The problems at Eskom are so severe that one of the leading specialists in the world resigned summarily the other day. Now this is the 3rd or 4th story that we've heard to this effect. These guys have had enough. They've had as much as they can take of the bizarre way in which Eskom is plummeting. The consequences will be very severe. If the electricity goes down, aside from those exceptional cases where there are generators, by and large, there will be no electricity in the Platteland regions for the diesel pumps to fill the trucks that carry food from the Platteland to the Woolworths distribution center. Yeah, some hand pumps, some Shell petrol stations with generators, but that full fleet will not be able to function. So there will immediately be a shortage of food. Overnight, at once. There will not be, again, exceptions aside, there will not be electricity to pump, firstly to clean water, to pump it out of the resource system, then to clean it, and finally electricity to pump it to the tops of the hills where the reservoirs are, for it to be sent by gravity to your house. So there will be a shortage of water immediately. There will not be electricity to process the sewage in the sewerage system. The sewerage system will become blocked by sewage, and it will overflow, and there will be outbreaks of cholera. Not maybe, could be, possibly, or perhaps. It will happen. There's no other way. There's no other possibility. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't want to sow panic. And for about a year, on this and related topics, Kuni Maria and Mr. Miller have cautioned me not to use certain terms or explain certain things in certain ways or to use certain descriptions. For the simple reason that some people will overreact and they will panic. We must avoid that. But now is the time, ladies and gentlemen, for some pretty straight talking. There is a distinct threat to the stability of this country in the form of Eskom. We urge you, ladies and gentlemen, please focus on your preparations. Focus on your relationship with your Lord God. Focus on the heart that you have for your folk. It may be, we don't know. We're not saying that the world is going to come to an end tomorrow or that the sky is going to fall on our heads in a few weeks' time. We're not saying that, but we are saying that it could be that we're in the last or one of the last windows of opportunity for us to do what we need to do, because if a crisis erupts, it could be more sudden than we expect. Not for reasons that we believe or think or that we have faith in, but for the simple, mechanical, technical, logical reasons on the ground that are being shared with us by the top people in South Africa, the top specialists in their fields. Thank you very much for listening to this video. God bless you and your people, those closest to you, in your preparations and in the time that lies ahead. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.